Pasti teman-teman pernah dengar celetukan, anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah. Baru dikritik dikit langsung overthinking. Atau, anak zaman sekarang kalau stres dikit pasti langsung healing. Lalu, teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry. Generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan. Kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua? Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi? Di video kali ini, kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini. Aku Noala, akan memandumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingintahuanmu.
Surely you have heard the jokes of the Gen Z kids who have give up very easily and immediately overthink after just a little criticism. Today's children, if they are little stressed, they will immediately heal. Then, you must have heard the term strawberry generation, a generation that look beautiful on the outside but fragile when facing pressure. Why is that generation are often labeled weak by older generation, or this happen because of the clash of values between generation? In this video, we will explore the psychology and social behind this weak label. I, Noala, will guide you to satisfy your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu, Gen Z tumbuh dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi baby boomer atau Gen X. Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi. Generasi baby boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras, stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan. Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital, serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi, serba cemas.
First, we have to understand that Gen Z grew up in very different environment from the baby boomer or Gen X generation. The weak label that is often attached to Gen Z actually arises from the comparison of lifestyle between generations. The baby boomer generation and Gen X grew up in harsh era of difficult economic stability, limited information, and having to work hard to survive. While Gen Z, it grew up in a fast-paced digital era full of information and on the hand full of anxiety.
Menurut Dr. Haim Ginott, dalam teori helikopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter. Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem. Dari kecil, mereka terus didengar dan dilindungi. Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri. Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja. Nah, karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga. Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
According to Dr. Aim Dinot, in the helicopter parenting theory, which is widely studied in developmental psychology of the generation before Gen Z, was often raised with a more independent and authoritarian parenting style, while many Gen Z are raised with a more protective parenting style and focus on self-esteem. From childhood, they were constantly listened and protected. This is good for building self-confidence, but in the eyes of the older generation who are used to being resilient, this can look like spoiled. Well, because of this different way of life and parenting style, the way of dealing with problems for each generation is also different, but these differences is often mistaken as a sign of weakness.
Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain. Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native. Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet. Tekanan di dunia maya, seperti cyberbullying, FOMO atau fear of missing out, dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama. Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata.
Secondly, according to research from American Psychological Association in 2022, Gen Z was most anxious compared to other generation. This is because Gen Z is a native digital generation. They have never known a world without the internet. Pressure in cyberspace such as cyberbullying, FOMO or fear of missing out, and unrealistic standards of success are real pressure and were not experienced by previous generation in the same form. So, when Gen Z looks stressed because of media's social generation before, maybe assume that's not a real problem.
Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti. Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini. Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental. Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, "Aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat."
Besides that, Gen Z is more realized of global crises like COVID-19 pandemic, recession, and climate change that make future feels uncertain. So it's not because they are weak, but because their psychological burden is much more complex, especially in the era of information that never stopped like now. Interestingly, Gen Z are actually known as the generation that is more aware of mental health. If in the past stress was considered normal today, now they dare to say I need help or I need break.
Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya. Nah, buat sebagian orang tua, keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan. Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri.
According to research from Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, are Gen Z most open to therapy and self-care compared to previous generation. Well, for the same parents, this openness is actually looks like weakness when in fact it is form of strength that they dare to face themselves.
Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres. Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi. Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z.
And according to research in the Indonesian Psychology Journal published in 2021, this emotional openness actually increase and resilience and the ability to adapt to stress because this will caused by clash of value between generation. What is considered strong by the older generation is not necessarily the same definition of Gen Z.
Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah. Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan. Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi. Gen Z lebih berani bilang, "Aku nggak baik-baik aja." Dan itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru. Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri.
On the research by the American Psychological Association, commonly known as APA, for the older generation, being strong means being silent and enduring problems. Whatever, for Gen Z, being strong is actually means having a courage to admit weakness and seek help. What the older generation calls weak is actually a higher awareness of mental health. Gadgets are more daring to say I'm not okay, and that is a new form of courage as a form of them daring to face themselves and being more aware of themselves.
Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, bertahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh. Lain halnya dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun. Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri. Sementara generasi sebelumnya, sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah.
Based on the study Link or Deloitte about the trend working Gen Z, staying a toxic job is actually considered stupid. Unlike the baby boomer generation, perhaps brought to stay in one company for 30 years. Gen Z is more loyal to personal values, work-life balance, and self-growth. While the previous generation, this attitude can be considered disloyal and quick to give up.
Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi bagi Gen Z, keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas. Jadi yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda. Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa. Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi. Kedua, punya empati sosial tinggi. Terakhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global.
Now, imagine for the generation that used to struggle from zero hard work without complaining a lot is a sign of strength. But for Gen Z, life balance and mental health are actually priorities. So what happened is not who's strong and who is weak, but clash of life values and different way of surviving. Don't be mistaken. Behind the weak stereotype, Gen Z has extraordinary strength. First, adaptive to technological change. Second, have high social empathy. Last, dare to talk about justice, equality, and global issue.
Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan. Jadi mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi.
Research from the survey at the Global C in 2024 even said that Gen Z is the most value-conscious generation, most concerned about humanitarian and environment issues, so maybe they are not weak but more sensitive and humane.
Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan. Gen Z bukan lemah. Mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda. Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas. Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik. Kritik mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka.
So, in every generation have their own way to survive. Gen Z is not weak, they are just fighting in different battlefields. The battlefields is fraught with digital pressure, economic uncertainty, and anxious awareness of global issue. We also need to understand that previous generation were raised with value of survival and physical endurance. Their criticism, while annoying, often to term about sense of agency and their way to showing affection in their own language.
Kalau kamu Gen Z atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu?
So, if you're Gen Z or perhaps from a previous generation, what do you think?